What's good, math family? In today's video, we're going to look at how to solve equations that have variables on both sides. With these type of equations, family, we have to be mindful because we have variables on both sides. So if we focus over here, all we need to do is distribute that negative. So we have negative 5 minus 15x plus 1. Only like terms we have here is negative 5 and 1. So when I simplify, I have negative 4 minus 15x. Now when I go on the other side, we're going to distribute to what's inside parentheses. So once I distribute, I have 14x minus 32, and then I bring down that minus x. Now on this side, family, our like terms are 14x and negative x. So we combine to get 13x minus 32. Now at this step, I like to keep my variables positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 15x on both sides, right? We have negative 4 is equal to 28x minus 32. We just bring it down. Now we know the last step, family. We have to move 32 to the other side because our variable and our numbers without variables have to be on the opposite side when we're solving equations. So now I get 28 is equal to 28x. And once we divide by 28, we know our answer is going to be 1 is equal to x or x is equal to 1, depending on which way you like to write it. Now, problem 2, same exact thing, right? But we have to distribute twice. So when we're solving these type of equations, always look to distribute and look for your parentheses first because we prioritize that. So we have 12 plus, and we're going to multiply 7 times x and then 7 times negative 3. So we get 7x minus 21 is equal to, and then I distribute 3 as well. So when I distribute 3, I'm going to have 3x minus 9, and I bring down my plus 48. Now I'm always going to tell you, family, just clean up each side before you move things from one side to the other. So right here, all I could combine is 12 and 21. So this is going to give me 7x minus 9 is equal to 3x plus, let's see, 39. So now at this step, family, we could combine our variables and our constants by moving things from one side to the other. But unlike this problem, I'm going to move this x over to this side, right? Because no matter what we do, if we do the right steps, we are going to get the right answer. So negative 9 is equal to negative 4x plus 39. Now I'm going to subtract 39 so that it's on the opposite side of the variable. Now I get negative 48 is equal to negative 4x. Now once I divide, right, I know my answer is going to be positive because both of those are negative. We're going to get 12 is equal to x as a final answer. We always have to prioritize parentheses like I told you. So please make sure you guys get used to distributing first or checking to distribute. So we have 3x plus, and we're going to multiply 8 with 2x and 6. So we're going to get plus 16x minus 48 is equal to 2 plus 14x. There's nothing for us to do on that side. Now I come back to the left side, combine my like terms. 19x minus 48 is equal to 2 plus 14x. All right. So now there's no like terms on the same side. So we're going to move terms from one side to the other like you see me doing with 14x. Cancels out here. When we subtract it from 19x, we get 5x, and I'm going to bring down the rest of the equation. Minus 48 is equal to 2. Now for us to solve, variable and constant can't be on the same side, so this is why I add 48 on both sides. And then we're left with 5x is equal to 2 plus 48 gives me 50. And now we know x is not by itself, so what do I have to do? You know, divide. So now as the final answer, x is equal to 10. So we go over to our second example now, family. And like I said, anytime you see parentheses, your eyes should always go there. So I start off on this side, right? Multiply 6 times x, 6x, 6 and 4 gives me 24. Now when I go on the other side, just remember, we only distribute and multiply this outside number by what's inside. Please don't make that mistake because that's what they are betting on. So now this is equal to 6x minus 6 minus 7. So before I move things, let's just clean this side up. So I'm going to have 6x plus 24 is equal to 6x minus, what is this, 13? Yep, minus 13. Now what happens here, let's say we move our variables first, right? So I subtract 6x, subtract 6x. What happens is my variables cancel out, and what I'm left with is 24 is equal to negative 13. When we look at this, family, we know that this is not true. So we'll put a slash through it, and we'd understand that there is no solution for this equation, so we could not solve it. We always have to be mindful of this. We're not adding. We are going to prioritize distributing first, then we'll add our like terms to 4x. Please don't make that mistake because they're betting on it. So we have 4x plus what? 35x minus 15. Now we go on the other side and we distribute 9 to x minus 5, and we get 9x minus 45. So you know me, family, I'm going to say, hey, simplify each side first. So we have 39x minus 15 is equal to 9x minus 45, right? So now what I do, I subtract 9x on both sides. This is what I'm left with. So we have 30x minus 15 is equal to negative 45. So when we look at the equation now, we still notice that our x is not by itself. So what we want to do is add 15 on both sides. Rewrite the equation. 30x is equal to negative 45 plus 15, which is negative 30. So now, still not by itself, so we have to divide. Divide by 30 on this side as well. Now x is by itself, and it is equal to negative 30 over 30, which is just negative 1. And that's another thing they're betting on you too, family. So just make sure you double check your signs and your steps after you complete a problem. Now, my last example, like I said, they're betting on us to subtract 3 from 18 and then distribute. But family, that is wrong. We're going to distribute first. Please do not make that mistake. So let's start here, right? We're doing this from left to right. So we have 12x, right? Distributing 2 to what's in parentheses, plus 6 is equal to 18 minus what? 3 times 16 gives me 48. Negative 3 times 3x gives me positive 9x. Now, we look at this problem, we see we have like terms. So let's clean this up first. This turns into negative 30, and then we bring down the rest. Plus 9x, this stays the same, 12x plus 6. Now, family, what we are going to do is, let's subtract 9x, right? Like to keep my x positive. If we subtracted 12x and brought it onto this side, that is okay as well. But we just have to make sure that the constants are going to be on this left side, okay? So boom, we go through. This turns into 3x. I bring down the rest of my equation. Plus 6 is equal to negative 36. Oh, not 36. I'm sorry, family. Negative 30. Now, x is not by itself, so I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. 3x is equal to negative 36. If we look, x is still not by itself, so our final step would be to divide both sides by 3. And once we divide negative 36 by 3, our answer is going to be a negative 12. All right. So when we're talking about solving equations with variables on both sides, family, really hope this review was helpful for you guys. If it was, smash the like button for us down below so we know we're doing a good job. And just want to take this time to say if you need help extra help with your EOC and our videos aren't enough, join our membership. The link is down below. We are going to have a full practice on there for EOC, for the algebra, geometry, SAT, GMAT, GRE, and all that. Thank you guys so much for joining today on Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters.